trying to see if we are. Yes, we are live. Sorry for that shout. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Changeling the Lost, Littlebrook reunion. I am Chris, the Primogen, and I will be your storyteller for tonight. And let's have a little introduction of all the players. So we'll start today with... We'll go by alphabetical order. So who is first? I believe it would be Caffeine.
I was like, by first name or last name? Okay. Hi, my name's Michelle Crystal Light, and I am playing the fairest Caffeine, who is just everybody's friend and is here to have a good time and not be personally attacked.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. Michelle is guesting for us today. Might be doing it next week. We'll see. And we'll continue. Who is next in alphabetical order? I do believe that. Yeah. A, B, C, D. I think Jonas, right?
Jonas. Yeah, J is before. Yep, J.
Yep. It adds. We know the alphabet, folks. Congrats. Hi, I'm Adam. I play Jonas, the paranoid darkling who is not happy with his situation right now, but will do it anyways.
Perfect. Thank you. After J, we have KL, Lars.
Hey, I am the Touring, and I play Lars. He is a wizened, and he is the grumpy old man of the group.
For a good reason.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Many reasons.
Yeah. Now, this is complicated because we have two people on N, but I do believe A comes before O. Nate.
Yes. Anyways, hello. I'm Harry. I play Nate. I'm the chaos gremlin of the group, and I treasure that position very highly. So, yeah.
You're also playing, besides being
a
chaos
yes, I'm
gremlin.
playing a fairest, pardon me.
That's fine.
I forgot to introduce myself properly.
It's okay. Chaos gremlin is a suitable synonym for what you are, really.
Yes.
Is that your kith?
Yes, chaos gremlin.
It's a custom kith, yeah. Chaos
custom
gremlin.
kith, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And after Nate, we got Nova.
I'm Megan. I play Nova. She's a beast, and she might have tackled our guest star the last episode, but then stuff happened. So, who knows who initiated that?
Yeah, I mean, I've forgotten personally.
Yeah, right. Me too.
Guess.
Yeah. And then after that, we've got ourselves a Silas. Muted, unfortunately.
Muted.
Hello.
Try one more time. No audio.
Muted.
You were talking just now.
Yeah, while you're working on that, no worries. Tech happens. It's fine. We'll go with Tide, and then we'll go back to Silas.
Okay. Hello, I'm Kitsu. I play Tide, who is who's an elemental. So I think that should be an explanation itself. Very
force of nature.
Yes.
Who is currently also staring at not their objective, but at the going on in the background that we left off yesterday. But you recap, right?
I'll recap what happened. Yeah. Okay. While we're waiting for Silas, I'll do a little bit of a recap of last week's events. The group decided to venture into the hedge in search of one stolen item. Yeah, Jonas is shaking his head. It's like, you venture into the hedge. It was a group decision. It was a vote, and
decided.
We're forced is another word for it.
Yes, that's more like it.
You were asked forcefully to go into the hedge to retrieve a stolen crown, the crown of spring, one of the seasons that the Changeling of Littlebrook had once made a contract with to help protect them from the Fae and other hedge creatures. The crown was stolen, and the ermine cloak was not, and the leaden mirror is broken, and the spear, the steel spear or iron spear, is actually still around. So you you ventured into the caves near the hunting range. You found a little cave there, following essentially where you imagine the unicorn that Nate and Tide encountered a little bit before that would have gone. Entering the caves, you came upon a ambush. There was a child, I believe, crying for themselves, and as Nate approached, it turned out to be a little bit of an ambush. Yes, there was some horrible cave gremlin, goblin, spider-like creatures trying to attack you, imagining that this group would have been easy pickings for a good old-fashioned robbery. Turned out they were very wrong because Nate cast gun, and so did, I believe, someone else as well. However, while this was going on, our guest player Caffeine had been surprisingly tied up by some of these creatures, but through some clever and witty wordplay, managed to essentially wrangle herself out of the situation and even come out on top with some rope and other stuff that could be useful for later on. The goblin spider creatures were pretty easily scared off. The group came together and made introductions, promised to be friends, all the good things that you're supposed to do when you're in the realm of the fairies. Of course, some of the members of the group were not super happy about that, but the others were more than happy to talk for everyone present. After that, you decided to join forces towards the Goblin Market. You came out on the main road, which some of you recognized after walking through the forest of birch trees. Arriving at, fairly close to the Goblin Market, you realized that there were quite a few encampments of fey creatures, hobgoblins, and in fact also some of the keepers. Not any that you recognize per se, but it's pretty difficult not to notice when they're around. You got into a fight, I believe. I don't recall exactly why that fight happened, but surely it must have been for a very good reason. Someone came around, a knight in shining armor with some manner of creatures crawling out of the visor of the helmet, asking how much to buy the fighters, but they were, of course, not for sale. After that, I believe you ventured into the market itself, finding yourself in a place that, how should I describe it? Imagine taking basically every marketplace you can find in most major cities and just cramming it all together in roughly the same space. So you got, you have to go into one building to come out another one. You have to walk across the roofs. You have to sometimes go into a tunnel. Sometimes you just have to go through a little portal to come out some other random place to get around. There were all manners of creatures there being sold, buying, selling. A lot of humans here and there who seemed to have been captured and were being sold off as, workforce, common fare, common stuff like that. Nothing you would interest yourselves in, I'm assuming. And I do believe that's roughly where we ended last session. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Should be. Can you guys hear me, by the way?
We do
Now
hear
we can.
you.
Now we
Welcome back,
can.
Silas.
Yay.
Let's have a little introduction of Silas.
Okay, I'm Trev. I play Silas, who is an ogre.
Silas the Ogre, who was unfortunately not able to go with the group in the beginning of last session, but they thoughtfully left a little red thread behind that he could follow. May or may not have been enchanted. We also have, I do believe we have some announcements. Let me see here. Toring, do you have them, or should I read them?
I don't think I saw any this time.
All right, I will.
Or is it the same one?
I will dig them out. I believe Travis sent them to me. So we're doing, let me see here. Sorry, folks. We got some.
You're
Here.
cutting off a little.
Oh,
bit,
sorry.
though.
Sorry. I'm using push to talk and I'm being a little bit too frivolous with it. So we are promoting the Scarred Lands open development playtest, which I believe, Toring, you were talking a bit about last time as well. There's a good chance for you to...
Pirates!
Yeah, pirates, exactly. You get to play as pirates in the Scarred Lands, which is the Onyx Path's very own 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons setting, if I'm not mistaken. And it is in the first phase of promotion for Yugman's Guide and Vigil Watch. And there's also the pre-orders up for Creature Collection on Backer Kit, so I think there will be a link to that in the chat. Hunter the Vigil 2nd edition is about to hit Kickstarter, so if you folks are into hunting down some terrible, evil, wicked creatures like changelings, for example, then keep your eyes peeled for that upcoming game. And I do believe that Aberrant Community Service is going to end, or actually it ended this Tuesday, and Uncanny Valley Cancer Cell ends tonight. So huge shout outs to the showrunners for that show, and I hope we get to see you guys on the channel in other forums. And I think that's about it for promotions. Did I miss anything?
They actually just posted the link for the playtest in the chat, so
ooh, perfect. So go check that out. And with that, we will finish the pre-talks and we'll start the game itself. So let's play a storytelling game of Beautiful Madness. So, you find yourself on the Goblin Market. Some of you may have been here before, but never this busy. And never really in this kind of way. It seems to be a place that changes, almost mutates, depending on the needs of their customers. There are what looks to be inns that seem to be very, very old, constructed like of old sturdy logs, things like that, but you're pretty sure that you never saw these buildings last time you were here. There are all manners of creatures walking about. There's changelings, servants of their own masters that may or may not be there on their own free will. There are, of course, goblin creatures. There's those little tiny bat people and the big twig-like people that you've encountered so often. There are knights in shining armor. There is what you believe to be some kind of strange combination of dragon and donkey, but you're not entirely sure if you saw that correct because they just disappeared in the crowd, arguing with someone else who looked like a big green creature. And don't smirk. And essentially, there's just anything that you can imagine and more to be found here. There's all manners of walking horrors. There's beautiful creatures and slimy critters crawling around on all fours. There are forest ladies, beautiful at the front and hollowed out tree trunks in the behind, and just basically anything you can find. So what are you doing? What's happening?
So I was leading them over to Big Little Tim's house.
Big Little Tim, that's where you were going.
Big Little Tim. Yeah, guys, you have to remember to keep track of who you are and who you're with at all times while you're here. People can get pretty shady, and those shady people are like really not fun, so you don't want to go there. You really don't have to worry about those mares we talked about, because those mares rarely come here. Like that one was just a one-time occurrence type of thing. I have no idea. Any questions?
Okay.
So, just to be clear, and Lars will look directly at Nova, we're using fake names. Fake, not real.
Okay. I mean, like, technically, Nova's fake.
Okay, but the name that you used for me earlier was not fake.
From now on, my name is Phil.
Okay, what if someone else's name is Lars? Or, like, what if I don't call you? Like, what if we all just, like, switch names to the left?
How loudly are you talking, Nova?
Just a lot.
Just call
Probably
me Mike.
just regular. Mike. Oh, this is gonna be tough. It's like, okay.
You
really?
Yeah, let's go. You call me.
We're all Mike?
No, you call me Face.
Oh, I'm just gonna point at people.
That
Good
works
enough.
too. That works too. I'm gonna change my name. I'll be Victor.
What kind of name is
So
that?
who's Phil and who's Victor?
Victor's a very fancy name.
No, just call me Mike. Make it easy.
You know, this is why I just name myself after everything I'm selling.
That's clever.
Side is like not
All
even
right, hi,
listening
my
to
name's Gun.
this conversation. Sorry. What's your name?
Gun.
Huh?
Gun. We're
Gun.
naming ourselves about things that we have on us.
I could be Flare! She pulls out the flare.
Okay.
A spider?
There we go. We've got gun. We've got flare. Well, I'm gonna go back to being caffeine. So we've got gun. We've got
sword.
Sword. Gun and sword.
Whose sword? Does that mean?
Your sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't forget your name because you're holding the thing that is your name.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's foolproof.
Exactly. People tend to think I'm dull a bit, but really I'm.
This is foolproof. I'm feeling real good about this.
Hell yeah.
We're screwed.
I found Grumpy.
Let's just get this over with.
I mean, there's 7 of you. No, wait, there's only 6 of you right now.
No, there's 7. There's Invisible Yoda.
Oh, that's true. Invisible Yoda?
No,
There's his invisible friend.
My invisible friend.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
There's 7 of us right now.
Tide is not listening to this conversation at all, like half listening and can't really focus on it. Like they're staring off onto this auction going on of other changeling and humans, like very intently.
Tide.
I thought it was Sword.
That's not my name. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Sorry.
Sword.
Sorry. I'll be quiet.
What?
What you looking at?
Nothing.
You're very clearly not looking at nothing.
No. I mean, yeah. Why don't you guys go ahead? I'm gonna stay behind.
I think Sword might need some backup. You can survive without a completely incompetent firearm, right?
I think
What
you
do
have
you-
to need to come with us, Sword, as well. Remember, you promised you would protect me in here.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I see
Remember-
this slave auction as well, pretty much, yeah?
That was one time.
I know, but
Gun.
I don't think we can maybe do something about that right now, or maybe we can, but let's try to get the crown, and then we can see to that maybe later, please.
Well,
yeah, I wouldn't. There's
We
not
complete
Yeah.
our
much.
mission.
I
Just complete one mission. And
yeah,
then
that's
we
probably
can come
a good
back.
call. I say, worst case scenario, if we gain too much attention taking back the crown, we can use that as a distraction. I'm just going to point over at the market.
I don't like. I mean, not the plan necessarily. This is not okay. And I can't I can't leave without doing something about this. Promise we'll try doing
promise.
something about it. Those are people that have families. That was once you.
Yes, it was
So-
You don't
once.
have
What's-
to ask me. I feel the same way, Tide. But we have to be pragmatic about this. A lot
you
more.
also need to be careful. Don't
About-
use the P word.
Now there's a P word?
Okay.
You can't make
Oh,
the P
okay.
word.
That word.
It's
Okay.
like a
Running out of
P
words.
word, and sometimes P's are in D's. They're
And
different.
the F word
This
and
is
the D.
hard
Oh.
to keep track. There's like 3 F words that we can't say.
Yeah.
And then there's like a P word now. Okay, right.
So,
Okay.
There are
so maybe
P's
we
and
should just get
D's.
going before we get stuck in our own loops here, and try
Yeah,
to not
before we
keep
end
too
up
many
attacking
things in
each
mind
other
at
again.
once.
Just don't make promises.
No P's, no D's.
No
F's.
P's, no D's, no F's, and no N's.
What's
And-
the
Oh,
name?
and then, okay,
Names.
yes. No,
Oh.
that one.
Okay.
You guys got this?
Let's
I
go.
think so.
Okay, got your accountability buddies? I mean, I know there's an odd number of us.
Yes.
Yep.
I've got 2.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Hopefully little Big Tim's here.
Off to Little Big Tim's you go. And of course it's never going to be in the same place as it was last time, but you learn to recognize the outside of his tent. It is a small, kind of scruffy looking tent. Looks like it's being lifted up by 2 tent poles and a lot of good wish. But you see it, and painted on the side in very crooked letters is Big Little Tim's. Knickknacks and paddywhacks on the side. And most people seem to avoid it. You see the occasional person kind of looking inside and then going, no, and leaving. It's definitely off the side of the Goblin Market. It's for shady business, which, knowing this place, is probably pretty shady.
Okay, this is the place.
Okay.
Do you guys want to go first, or should I introduce you guys?
Pushes
You
caffeine just a little ahead.
You're the mutual friend, so
I'm
Perfect.
just gonna go and stand close to Tide, a bit behind them to just hide for whatever comes.
Caffeine just opens the tent, flaps, waltzes right in like she owns the place, and she's just like, "Hey, Tim! Caffeine's here!"
This place is huge on the inside. There are multiple stories with like rickety ladders that you can climb up and down on, and everything seems to be fastened with like strings or something like 1 or 2 nails in it. It's a very ramshackle kind of place, but it looks more like an old-fashioned like Wild West tavern kind of bar kind of place, saloon. That's the word I'm looking for, more than anything else. And everywhere there are things. There are all kinds of knickknacks and quite a bit of paddywhacks too. Like there's there's furniture, there's old-fashioned drawers right next to these kind of weird postmodern shape-like furniture, like furniture that just looks like a geometrical shape. There are old coffee pots. There are espresso machines. There are these are all, of course, very well hidden because coffee doesn't exist in Arcadia. There are old paintings, maps. You're pretty sure that's a human skeleton, and you don't know who that skeleton belonged to. And apparently, I just got a little alert from Windows. Thanks for that. Of all the times, and it's going to show up in the stream. You have all kinds of stuff around here, but you don't see Tim anywhere right now.
No, I tell him I'm gonna be here, and he doesn't show up on time. That's very rude. I, for one, like to be punctual. Arriving 5 minutes late is perfectly on time, but 10 minutes. 10 minutes is very rude.
Nate, you feel something slither along your leg, but it's warm and fuzzy.
I'm gonna look down.
You don't see anything. It just disappeared right before you could look down and see it.
So I'm not feeling that anymore.
Nope.
Huh. Must have been my imagination.
Yeah. Tide, you're almost certain something just brushed against your leg.
Whoa. I look quickly down.
You okay, Tide?
What?
Something brushed against me. That wasn't...
Huh. I felt that
Are you
too.
sure it wasn't invisible?
It's very possible.
Lars, you hear something moving in the shelf behind you.
I have a feeling that this is Big Little Tim. Hello, Big Little Tim.
Ooh, customers, you know me. You suddenly hear the voice, and dangling down from a shelf is what looks to be a long, fuzzy weasel snake. It's pure white, has little beady red eyes, and it's got little tiny paws that are just like rubbing together. And he's like, "Oh, caffeine! What did you bring me this time? Is it caffeine now, or is it pork chop? I don't remember."
No, pork chop was a month ago, and sorry, I ran out of pig's feet.
Oh, damn it! Those pig's feet were going for a lot of money, and this thing is maybe 30 feet long because it just slithers around, and it's very, very fast. It's very fuzzy, and the voice kind of squeaky, but not as squeaky as you'd imagine. And he kind of just like wraps himself almost around you, Caffeine, like in a old way. He's like holding up his hand, like high five.
Yeah.
So who's your friends?
Oh,
Are you selling them too?
No, this is the second time I've been asked. You know I don't sell things that are defective.
Well, thank you for warning me, but you do know that I'm planning to branch out.
Fair.
Did he say that?
Yes.
Well, being honest never really worked out for me anyway. I could probably sell them off to someone. But if they're your friends and you're not selling them, then I guess they're my friends too. Yeah. Welcome to Big Little Tim's. Is it Tim's now? Yes, Big Little Tim's. How can I help you? Got everything. Got knickknacks. I got paddywhacks. I don't have a bone right now. Well, aside from that guy over there. But you can definitely get something from him if you want.
So my friends are looking for something particular. And I figured you with like your catalog of knowledge and excellent skills and knowing where people need things. Oh, please,
I'm blushing.
Are you? I
yes,
can't tell.
Do continue.
They're gonna need some help, and I figured while I'm dropping off, I got some of that mermaid coffee for you. You know, with the green stuff.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, it was either that or like the double D's, and nobody likes the double D's.
Nobody likes the double D's. I heard they tried branching out someplace, and they just went bankrupt right away. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Quality over quantity, I always say. Except for when I'm selling stuff with the quantity, then obviously quantity over quality.
Mm-hmm. So I got you some that, and I also got that the best part of waking up.
And what is the best part of waking up?
Is coffee.
Coffee, of course it is. Sorry, what?
Folgers in your cup.
Oh, yeah.
You don't say that F word.
Wait, who am I jumping on?
I normally avoid like bringing words like that into the hedge because then otherwise we'll just get that type of coffee everywhere.
Yeah, words have a lot of power around here. You folks should know. You look like you've been around for a while.
Are we doing introductions? Because I'm going to forget this soon.
No.
Yes, these are my friends. We've got Gun. We've got Sword.
Sword. I can see a theme.
Grumpy.
Theme lost, but okay.
Huggy.
I don't see any pattern anymore, but hi, Huggy. Which one of you is Huggy?
And she points to one of her newest friends who had tackled her in the parking lot.
No, okay. I was going to be Spider. Spider's a tough name. I'm Huggy.
All right, Huggy, Grumpy, Sword, and Gun.
Oh, and Quiet.
This is my store. I'm not going to be quiet unless I feel like it.
Not you, them. They're always quiet, so.
Oh. Why?
I don't know.
Words have power in here.
Who said that?
Quiet.
Quiet said that.
Don't tell me to be quiet in my own store. I'm kidding, of course. I know that. That's not what you meant. Anyway, how can I help you good folks?
We are looking for an item that was stolen from us.
I don't sell stolen items.
No.
Usually. I don't know who told you that, but they're lying. Unless you're selling stolen items, in which case, what are you selling?
Buy them.
It depends on what you're selling, but maybe.
We are looking for a crown.
All right, that's not very specific. I have about 342 of those.
What was it? The spring crown? The antler crown? Something like that.
We'll take them all just to be on the safe side.
Okay, well, that is premium.
No, we will not take 342.
Of course, I might have one of those items. I might not. What's it worth to you? Knowing, I mean.
Let's see.
Stolen from us.
And it belongs to us. And we're gonna leave without it.
In that case, I certainly don't have it. I'm positive.
Is he? Can I roll to see if he's bullshitting?
For sure, you can roll.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Onyx Dice app. Now is the time to work properly.
Famous last words.
Yes.
Can I also roll for bullshit?
Oh yeah, everyone can roll.
What
roll is this?
If you have a specialty for lies, you get an extra, like, legit empathy specialty lies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I should do this now.
You know what? Instead of me rolling for this, because I realized I'm unskilled at detecting bullshit, I'm going
5 successes.
Nice job, man.
Quite a change from
This
last
is what
time.
Nate does.
5 successes. That's exceptional right there.
Oh yeah. He's technically not lying.
Technically.
Technically not lying. He doesn't have it.
Okay, listen, buddy.
Are we friends now? I thought you were friends.
I mean,
oh no, we're not friends.
No,
All right.
no.
You're telling me you aren't lying to me.
We were friends with Nova. We're friends with him.
I'm not signed on to that
more of
contract just yet. Anyways,
right.
listen,
Words
buddy.
of power.
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
also
gonna
said the
sort of
N-word.
get up in his face a bit.
The tiny,
I'm gonna give him,
adorable,
like,
cute
an
face looks back into yours.
Angry stare. Listen, buddy. There's something you're not telling me.
There's plenty of things
I'm gonna
not
find
telling you.
out.
Okay.
You know what I mean. Can I roll to intimidate? As I'm gonna just pat
Sure.
my pocket.
Oh my god.
You make better friends with honey than flies.
I would correct you, but
That's good enough.
Okay, that's 2 successes out of 9 dice.
You feel, Nate, that there are many, many, many eyes looking at you right now.
God damn it.
Hey, hi. Okay, so, Nova's gonna kind of like get in there and she's gonna try more of a persuasion thing. She's gonna be like, hey, can you, maybe put down the little furry dude for a second. I'm just gonna, maybe we can talk this out. I like that the my one F word I like is friend. Maybe we can do this without any aggressive hugging.
Oh, you're trying to hug me?
Would that help?
No.
Oh, then no. What would you what could we give you for that information? Just theoretically.
Don't agree to any deals.
Well, I'm just asking for info. Just hypothetical. I'll say hypothetical a few more times, and that moves us away from promise.
I mean, to be honest, I have had a little bit of problem reaching that shelf over there. He points with a tiny little clawed finger. And I could really use something to climb along with. So if you got something like that, then I think we're in business.
Okay. Hey, everybody, huddle.
He huddles with you.
Oh, okay. All right, sure. Come on in. I don't want to... We're friends, right? Come on in.
Yeah.
I need a chair and a thumbtack and a toy car.
Maybe someone who builds stuff. Someone who builds stuff.
So,
and I start elbowing Lars, someone who builds stuff.
Just give me a minute. So, a 30-foot long snake can't reach something on a shelf?
Look, buddy.
Big head, little arms.
Exactly. Don't judge me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you need something that allows you to access the stuff on that top shelf.
Yes.
And you want it to be able to move?
Just one time
something to climb along
permanently?
With. Permanently, I need to get around my store, at least until I decide that this is not how I want to look anymore.
Okay.
By the way, Caffeine, you like how I look? I really think this fur is working out for me.
I think so too. It's much better than the quills.
Lot less eyes, though.
Lot less eyes.
Maybe I should grow some more.
No. I think 74 was too many eyes.
Too many eyes, Sam.
Too many eyes. 73, on the other hand.
So what are the terms of the deal that you're suggesting?
I will tell you about a potential crown that I may or may not have or had, and where it is, if you help me get a permanent, semi-permanent way of getting to that shelf.
Deal.
Perfect.
You sly furry snake. No, I warned them and they don't listen to me. They don't understand how smart I am.
You are very smart.
Yeah.
Well, isn't the only way to get anything done around here through?
No, I mean you could sell me stuff, but I'm gonna be nice to you. There's no caveat to this. Just get me something. Piece of rope could work.
Hey, you know what I have? She pulls the rope she was tied up with out of her backpack.
That could work.
Some goblins tied me up in a cave, usual Thursday night.
I had those
Okay,
goblins.
but the rope's fine, but you probably want something like fancier and cooler, right? Like
Just-
an upsell.
Just give me a minute.
If
Okay.
there's something fancier and cooler, I for sure want that.
Yeah, then you should
True.
deal with Grumpy there.
Yeah, Grumpy's probably better at like the cooler and fancier.
All right, Grumpy, show me your stuff.
Please wait. Adobe is taking a while.
All right.
Lars is like, I'm thinking.
Lars is running on Adobe. That's weird.
That
No,
makes sense.
Not reassuring.
He's playing one of those psychological games where you just like stare at the other person and wait for the weasel to blink.
Once he's running, it's perfectly fine, but it's going to take you a couple of minutes for him to get started.
Oh, it's like one of those old fangled electronic devices.
Yes, exactly like that.
Or like any good RPG, but slow in the beginning, but eventually it'll pick up.
Silas,
Yes.
you are entering a cave. You have been following a red piece of thread for quite a while now through the woods. Looks like they went in here.
Finishing off the last of the dumplings from the Chinese buffet as I walk through, carefully following the string. Eating food while you guys aren't here, you don't know. Yes.
It's got a mighty hunger, yeah.
Indeed. And let's face it, anything marked buffet is going to be a pretty good draw. Anywho, so I'm following the string, carefully running it through my fingers, realizing that this isn't a natural amount of string compared to any reasonable ball of yarn or spool of thread that people could possibly make. And I realized that the magic of the Arcadia is probably involved here, which makes sense given that it's you guys. So I keep following the string to the cave.
Silas, when he gets alone, gets really reflective and philosophical about these things. But yeah, you follow the string, you get through a cave, you see a goblin skull or head lying on the ground in a pool of blood.
Man, I hope those guys didn't cause that.
Oops.
But yeah, surprisingly safe journey through the tunnels. It's almost as if your giant mass of a body and certain events that may have happened before you came through here sort of established a little bit of reluctance amongst the local inhabitants to tangle further with anyone traveling through.
I reflect to myself as I purse the strings. With goblins, I don't know if they know this, but you either pay now or you pay later. That's how this works.
They must have known that. They can't be that. Nah.
We'll never get anywhere from second guessing the group like that. So
Nah, they're confident.
Anyways,
They know what they're doing.
It's the worst that could have happened, right?
Yeah. We'll get back to Silas's solo adventures in a little bit. Sorry for skipping between, but you'll be there soon. I promise. Has Grumpy finished loading?
Actually, what he does is just give me a moment, and he will spend 1 glamour and a minute digging around through the piles of stuff in this shop until
you gotta pay for that.
Eventually, he pulls out a ladder.
That's convenient.
Here you go.
But that's my
Used
ladder.
Hidden reality.
Is it my ladder?
It's your ladder now.
All right, that's fair. I didn't stipulate that it couldn't be my thing that you're using. So you got yourself a deal. I had the crown up until just an hour or two ago. Then I sold it. Sorry about that. I sold the crown.
And you sold it
To be fair, I didn't know it was your crown. If I had known, I wouldn't have sold it. I sold it to, let me see here, let me get my ledger. He picks out a very, very tiny little notebook and goes through it. Let me see here. Oh, the Arch of Midsummer.
The what?
Ooh, the Arch of Midsummer. Good luck getting that one back.
Let me guess. It's a bleh.
It's a meh.
A meh.
I'm not entirely familiar with the terms blat and meh here, but
A gentry, I believe is the term we've heard.
yes, that would be what they are. The Arch is not really from this area, so imagine my surprise when they just entered the shop and were looking for exactly that item.
Imagine that.
Oh god damn it.
Well, it's been a great trip. We should
they're-
probably head back.
They're still around though. You folks going to the party?
Party?
There's a party.
Well,
No one told me about a party!
how did you miss that? There's representatives and delegates from all around Arcadia here.
Oh, that explains the thing I didn't understand.
That we noticed.
So, apparently the beautiful mother is having a birthday party, and everyone is buying gifts for her.
Okay. I need something old, something new, something. Wait, no, bro.
That's for a wedding, I think.
I know.
Are you invited, though? I think it's invitations only.
You know me.
I do know you.
If it's invitation only, I'll just get an invitation.
That's a fair point.
Yes. So, I'm gonna need... All of you are gonna have to get new outfits. We're gonna have to have a nice montage.
Oh no, us to the party too?
No,
it doesn't
no,
sound
that's
like
not a good idea.
our scene. Like no one's just gonna like straight start backing up. Like, nah, just stay out in the woods or something. So you guys have a good time. No, thank you.
You mean those woods with the people who like tying people up and capturing them?
Those we can fix with a sword
Yeah, I
and a
no,
gun.
no.
The party, not so sure.
Okay,
That
so...
sword's cold iron, right?
No.
Oh, the cold iron sword got left behind, correct.
No, they
Yeah.
did not let me have that, I don't think.
Okay. Less fun
I have to get it
option.
back. I wish.
Less fun option, because going to a party would have been fun. You understand?
That's
We can do
fun.
everything fun. So, option E, I think I can count. Option E. We find this fancy person, the fancy meh,
Mm-hmm.
and we explain to them your circumstances in an extremely fine, detailed manner with a possible of like a few pictures. We'll make it a presentation.
Okay.
And then we get the crown back. Well, you guys get the crown back, it's not mine. And absolutely nothing bad happens.
I have a very good foldable cardboard wall for that kind of presentation.
Oh, well, it sounds like, Kevin, you have this like on lock. So why don't you go do that, and we'll all hide in the woods, and then you give us the crown, and everything works out okay. I like everyone. Cool. Yeah, we're voted.
I mean, Caffeine, friends do help each other. That's like super important.
Yeah.
True. Friends do help each other, but I can't do it alone.
No, I believe in you.
I'm
Well,
I'll come.
question, out of game question.
Yeah, sure.
Have I heard Silas in particular mention mother sometimes, or is
Oh
it...
yeah, he's mentioned mother. Yeah.
well, he's mentioned mother
Okay.
several times.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Whether that's the same mother.
I'm not there to comment, but
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
if you guys saw a mother, everyone in the party would instantly be dead.
If only Silas were here.
So while they're discussing that, I'm gonna grab quiet and kind of pull him off to the side. So
They're having a sub meeting.
while they're distracting the meh, we should just steal the crown.
Sure. I'm done with that. But I don't. The last thing we want to do is to draw any attention to us or Littlebrook or anything.
Should we
don't want.
steal it before they talk to her?
I don't
Plan
know.
A, plan B is they talk to her?
Yeah. I do not like. But okay, think of it like this: if we get the crown, Matthew get the ritual up again, they can come get us, right?
We have to get a mirror first, though. This is only one
I got
step
mirrors.
of not you.
Hi.
We're whispering
at
off to
him.
the side.
Oh yeah, well this is my store, so but
Yeah.
okay, keep whispering. That's fine. I'll pretend I can't hear you.
Pretend I can't.
I don't know what kind of mirror we want, or if it even exists one here.
Considering the crown is supposedly some representative of the spring, whatever, I'm sure the mirror is associated with one of the other 4 seasons, 4 items.
It was associated with the autumn, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. Which means
Could
that
we?
it's not going to be something that we can probably just buy
No.
in a shop.
Should we?
Even such a wonderful shop as this one.
Oh please. I mean, did you say something? I'm sorry, didn't catch that.
Should Lars?
Grumpy.
Oops.
Sorry. Should we abandon this, or should we keep trying to get the crown?
The fact that it's with one of them makes this exponentially more difficult.
And dangerous.
But I think that now is our best chance to get it back. Because once they leave here, who knows where they're going to go with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. Let's try to get it then. So we need to find this person, and maybe our new friend can distract it before they hand it away. I can maybe try to sneak by and get it. And if all else fails, apply sword. I don't know. Or run.
Apply sword and gun.
Yeah.
Look, my nickname may be Gun, but it's not what I'm good at. If you need someone to smooth talk their way into something, I'm your guy.
Are we all listening to this conversation?
Everyone can hear this meeting. We're just trying to be polite and pretend we can't.
Mm-hmm. This is really fun.
Just turned around like this.
Yeah. I would prefer it if the person the thing we are approaching would not recognize any of us from our hometown.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can both disappear. I can also try to look like someone else.
What about this? All right. The ladder. I'm gonna touch the ladder.
My ladder, yes. Oh, sorry.
Yes, and activate Skin Mask, and become the ferret.
Okay, can you assume any shape with skin mask?
I'm not sure. All I have written here is that there's no dice pool.
Page 139. Let's look it up.
Okay, so then we
Yep.
take Ferret Nate
Here,
and
let me
we
pull-
toss him into the party.
I
like this plan.
I fundamentally
I like this
oppose the
plan.
idea that the blame will be pinned on me. So
Oh, put a hat on. Put a
The
little top
word
hat on.
coffee is in this, and I love it. The word coffee is in the effect.
I love it.
I love how this plan is going.
It's
sounding
page
very sassy.
130. What is it? 139 or?
139. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a double read.
The Changeling sees what he might have become if he'd stayed human and calls on the shard of this broken promise to change his mask. So this is changing your mask. Your mask is not actually
changing my
active
mask.
in
Okay.
the... That is
Not
something I
here.
didn't even talk about. The fact that, well, for you, this is not new, but there are no masks in here. Everyone uses their mean.
Oh,
Yep.
my antenna.
Then I can't look like someone else.
Nope.
You know what it's called? Makeup.
I'm going to go
Wait.
back to Silas for a little bit. Because, Silas, you are standing in front of two guards. They have their halberds crossed. And they're saying, oh, they're big guy. Where do you think you're going? And behind them is the Goblin Market. They're blocking your passage.
The string following this.
Whose string is that?
Some people.
All right. Well, they seem to be... Are you sure they were not going the other way? Are they going to the Goblin Market?
I mean, I started at one end of the string, so they gotta be the other end. Maybe it's a practical joke, but I doubt it.
Maybe it is. What are you going to do with the people when you find them?
Well, I got some questions for him. Starting with why they laid down the string like that. What are you guys here for?
We're here to make sure there's no problem being caused. Think these are troublemakers?
I doubt it. I tend to not cause trouble myself. Just goes away when I show up. You guys know what I'm talking about.
They kind of
Same kind of
They
job.
kind of covered their mouths and talk like this, like, "What do you think? Yeah, it's an ogre. Yeah, it's looking. We don't want any troublemakers here. All right, you can enter, but once you find the people you're looking for, we want you to go back to the bridge or wherever you've been, holding up.
The bridge?
Yeah, well, cave, bridge, wherever your type stays.
I take a look at these guards, try to gauge what kind of creature they are. If they're ogres, like me.
They're fairly humanoid. One of them has this huge mustache, almost comical looking. They're both dressed sort of like conquistadors would have looked, but they obviously with more flair, more focus on actual protection rather than what you'd see in comics and things like that. One of them is human looking and has these huge bushy mustache that's covering almost half his face, and the other one looks like someone dressed up a toad in this kind of armor and just painted its face in this weird peach kind of skin color and like got this shaggy face. Certainly don't look to be very smart, either of them.
I nod to the guards. So who do you guys work? Who do you men work for?
We work for the head of the market. Oh no, we work for the market board. Oh yeah, we work for the market board.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. I'll get my friends. Then we'll.
They're your friends now?
Go. Hopefully.
All right.
I don't have a lot of friends.
That's kind of sad. Stop talking to him. All right. Well, okay. You keep going. You're stopping traffic.
I glance behind me to take a look
There
at
is
the
no
absolutely
traffic.
zero traffic.
Well, you know what I mean.
I silently, well, relatively silently lumber on, my foot falls, starting to shake the earth as I come into the Goblin Market, and the remnants of mask just shatter, and I become the full height of my Fey-induced mien.
Yeah, people leave a wide berth as you move around the Goblin Market, and this path that they've taken is you're actually crossing the same thread at one point. Like it goes in and loops around and comes to another direction. Do you follow it the way?
Look with annoyance as I find the second loop of the string. I experimentally tug on it to see if I can get the entire string to come at one point. But at a shout in the distance, I wince and realize that I should probably just follow the string as it was laid down.
Yeah, someone got a little bit upset at you over there, but you follow it, and eventually you make your way over to a store, a small tent that has Big Little Tim's knickknacks and paddywhacks painted on it.
Both.
That's where the string ends. I see.
Yeah, and you see in very small writing, so small that most people probably wouldn't notice, but you noticed, no refunds.
Expecting a refund in the market is just asinine to begin with.
Fair point. Fair point. And
I look around me. I look around at first and try to see if there's any sign of the party, any footprints or.
That's very hard to spot in this place, but you do hear voices inside the tent.
Okay. So I start marching inside the tent to see the rest of the party.
And you join the rest of the party mid-conversation about how to do something.
So, we just need to give you guys a makeover.
It keeps coming back to that.
It's a perfect plan. There's absolutely no downside.
Silas.
Caffeine.
Silas. Thank you.
The ogre raises his eyebrow at the suggestion of someone making him over. They may as well be trying to make over Stone.
Are we not doing names anymore? Or I mean, I feel like I got yelled at a lot for that.
Big guy. Your name's Big Guy now. I'm Gun. That's Sword. There's Hugs.
These hats?
Oh, no, I am Caffeine.
Like the coffee. Nice to meet you. I'm.
Don't say that word out loud.
Don't say that word. Apparently, we need to add that to the rule.
It's not. What's the word? What's the word for when something's like very illegal and could get you in trouble for possessing?
Contraband.
That word.
Why is it contraband?
Makes people feel good, productive, happy.
And so that's illegal?
I don't make the rules, I just break them.
So wait,
Sounds
where are we
legit.
going?
You're
Where are we
growing
going to
on
a
me,
party again? I
Caffeine.
forgot. I've lost the thread.
Okay.
Got one right here.
Hey, all right. Wait, okay. So let's follow that back home. Okay, bye everybody. This has been like real good.
Nova.
Hugs. Wait.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely opposed to what you're suggesting, but it would also be good to have the artifacts for the rest of our home village. Maybe we're just delaying our issue if we're retreating now. They might come for us or anyone at a later date.
You know I don't like when you make sense.
I don't either.
But that's sense. Okay. And she drops the thread and kicks the ground a little. It's like, okay, so makeover? What?
So
big guy, the situation is we found the crown, or basically this our friend here, and gestures to Tim, has sold it to someone, who is gonna give it probably as a gift to someone we might know.
My face suddenly narrows in suspicion as I stare at Jonas.
Oh no, we lost.
Oh, we lost someone.
We lost
My
Turing.
sane companion.
No.
The only one who makes sense. Uh-oh.
We're
Let's go now.
lost
This
now.
is smart. Let's go.
It should go now.
Oh, he's
Gentry
back.
took him.
Ah.
Wait a minute. Which of us do you think might know them the best?
I don't. Jonas looks around. It's the party for someone called the Beautiful Mother.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, one thing I can tell you. Whatever your plan is, it had better not interrupt the gift giving itself.
No.
First off, there are some guards at the door to the market who don't want any trouble at all. Secondly, if there is trouble at the gift giving, it'll be more than all of us put together can handle.
Yeah, let's not disturb the gift receiver in any way, and not draw any
So-
attention to us for that.
So we have to intercept the gift.
I
Yeah.
got. Hey,
Yeah.
little furry Tim.
Yes. Well, big
okay.
little Tim, but yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, think about that for another name. So would you happen to have anything that like looked kind of like that crown?
I may. How much is that information worth to you?
Oh, good question. I got a spider.
All right, deal. Yeah.
cool.
Wait, do I get the spider?
You want it? Like I
Yeah,
got
yes.
plenty, and I don't need to eat them all at once. I probably shouldn't.
All right. Oh yeah,
Portion
sure. Give me
control.
the spider.
Okay. Wait, no. Wait, what are you
Why
gonna
not?
give me for it? Let's be real clear.
I'll what do you want for it?
I want a thing that looks like the crown enough that we could like switch it up.
Oh,
be
so I'm
cool,
also
fly.
giving you the item that I may or may not have.
Cause it has 8 legs.
All right, fair. That's a good amount of legs.
Yeah.
You see actually little legs start forming on the side of the weasel snake.
Yeah.
All right, okay, you got a deal. He kind of just slithers up to a shelf and fetches, it's like circles around an item and drags it down, and it could look like the crown with some glow up.
Alteration. Okay. All right. Okay. You hand it to me, and I'm gonna hand you the spider like at the same time.
All right, no funny business.
All right. No funny business. Look me in the eyes. Okay. She puts the spider out
Tiny little
and
claws
puts her
goes-
hand out. Yeah.
Yeah, and you do the trade.
Too bad you only have 2 eyes right now.
Ugh. A little extra eye forms in between the other eyes.
Oh, I
and
should have
then
said it out loud.
boop, 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 boop.
Okay. So she's like holding this thing now.
Yeah, you switched.
Okay. So look at this. Who's sneaky?
We could ask. We can wait. Oh, there's no. Oh, there's an even number of us now. We can ask your invisible friend.
Okay.
Your
He-
invisible
he's a
imaginary friend.
Quiet's friend.
No, Grumpy's imaginary friend.
Oh no,
Yeah.
this is the entire part of my idea. Now I need someone to take this and do smart things with it.
Okay, so what are we doing with this crown?
It'll help, like so we have time to get away. You said not to like stop the gift giving, right? It won't stop if this is the gift.
So we're gonna make this crown look like the other crown.
It doesn't even have to be that just enough to give us time to take it and be gone.
Sure.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Tim,
in fact, we can do it before the gift giving. That way, we don't even have to interrupt a thing that
Yeah.
we won't be here for.
Right before I
Can-
vanished,
can-
there was this movie that came out right before I was taken. Don't know if you've heard of it. Raiders of the Lost Ark. The guy in the beginning he takes this statue and swaps it out for a bag of sand to try and trick the thing. I mean, it doesn't work, but maybe we could do that but have it work.
Yeah,
We're probably smarter than that guy.
Maybe. I thought he
Tim.
was a college professor or something.
Yes.
what did you get for the crown?
You know, since I like you guys, I'm not actually going to ask for something for that information. I got... what did I get for that?
And I gave up whole spider.
What did I get for that crown? Oh, that's right. I got a name.
Oh, that is some big money you're playing with there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've locked it up, triple locked. Ain't gonna tell you where it is.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious. Want to tell me what the name is?
If I told you, then it wouldn't have any value anymore.
Aren't we friends?
We're business partners. And friends, but mostly business partners.
How about this? My name for that name. In that.
No.
No.
Your
That's
name.
That's 2 rules.
Yeah, don't break 2 rules.
I'm interested. Like
Should I jump on him?
your real name. Your real name.
My real name for that real name.
Don't word it like that. Oh.
What do you mean don't word it like that? How should I word it?
Be careful that you are not actually...
I will tell you my real name.
Thanks.
So that you may know my real name, the information.
That's not really what the deal you offered was.
That's... Well, then I retract my offer that you seem to be misinterpreting.
Well, luckily I didn't accept yet, so sure. But just because apparently you folks seem to have some trouble with this. Caffeine, have you told them about, like, names? What they actually, like, have you told them about names?
He's told us nothing. I feel like we've gotten no rules.
I mean, this isn't
Don't
Lars.
you told us.
Like, this isn't the Lars name. No, this is Lars's being's name, or Gun's being's name. If I took that, there wouldn't be anything left of you, Gun.
You wouldn't even be able to tell anyone that you were Gun.
Okay, then I'm not giving you that.
It is like the creme de la creme of your being.
Exactly.
And
if you know a true name, you control that thing completely.
So now you understand why I'm not just going to tell you that name.
Yeah.
I understand.
And now you can understand why I now have like a collection of like 8 of these being told to me.
Fine. A name. It's apparent that this was a precious thing that you sold, and because of the price that was paid for it. So the less I like Hug's idea here. Just the less attention we can draw to it, like take it, get out, try not to leave any tracks, or it's even, I would say it's paramount that we do not leave any tracks or anything that could lead back to our home village.
Yep.
That part I can cover.
Great. Can you also make the crown look like what we want it to look like? You're good with things.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be enough.
And
I can do that.
Big guy.
Yes. Well. Oh wait, no. I'm Tim. That's
No.
right.
Our big guy. I know we need to be careful and really, really careful at that. How likely is this a trap, that this is all a setup, if it is who we expect it is?
Likely. The kind of people who make her believe that there's anything amiss are going to wish they hadn't. She shows up, you can bet that it's going to be what they say it is, or she's going to make everyone involved quite sorry indeed.
I'm not very good at any of the things that you guys want to do, though. Like, I am not stealthy. I am not good at talking.
I don't know if it's all like that, the staying completely unseen. Not everyone can. But maybe you catch someone else's attention. Because this is going to be more of an event than anything.
Mm-hmm.
If someone like that comes in, there are going to be people who want to earn her favor. Some people who want to see who she is. And when that happens, maybe there are people you start a problem with. Maybe there are people you do a favor for. These little things that make you blend into the crowd. Do you know what I mean?
We have to be caterers.
That'd work, actually. She does
Yeah.
love food.
Yeah, then, oh no, something drops.
What if I reprise my old role as a statue? I can hold pretty still.
That serves
Sneak in
hors d'oeuvres?
beforehand, plant myself in the center of everything.
Big little Tim kind of just pops in. The birthday party isn't going to be in another 2 days. Just saying.
Oh.
Gun, we
Yes?
don't know who is here. Maybe if you post your like in the center of attention, someone might recognize you.
That is an excellent point that I did think of the moment I opened my mouth, unfortunately. So scratch that idea.
So we have 2 days. We need to scout out and find where the crown is. I need to make the crown that Hugs just purchased look enough like that other one to pass casual inspection. And then we need to swap them. I have a feeling that doing that before the party is going to be our best bet.
I have an idea.
Yes.
What is the best way to figure out where something is being stored?
Set
You become
something
a
on
horse.
Fire. Oh. I was thinking the Sherlock Holmes method.
How
Wasn't
So which
expecting
one of you
the
guys wants to be a present?
I can
are you thinking?
Technically-
technically
shiny.
Trojan
become
horse?
a horse.
If someone is a present, then they'll be stored with the other presents and would be able to make the switch and escape.
But
I
the
am pretty
presents
smart at
haven't-
this.
But the presents haven't been given yet.
No, but they're probably being stored somewhere. If they're being collected, are they being collected, Little Big Tim?
Yes, I think that some servants of the beautiful mother are actually keeping them safe. Yes.
Little Big Tim, can I see that replica crown of yours? Just a touch.
I have it. I
Oh,
got it. It's mine
brilliant.
now.
Can I touch it?
What?
Just touch
Okay.
it.
It doesn't
Okay.
look like the other crown at the moment. It looks like a very shoddy copy of it right now.
Okay, I'm still gonna touch it so it's in my database of things I can pull out. That way I don't have
Gotta
to have
touch
it
it
on
all.
me
Gotta
when
touch
I
it all.
sneak in.
Yeah. Have you
Question.
touched it enough? Is that like enough touch or?
No.
I'll
It-
I'll feel it. Like I'll make sure I
Done.
felt it real good.
Real quick, Gun.
Yes.
Did you ever touch the other crown?
I don't think
When we
Nate
were-
touched any of them. No.
No,
Okay.
I didn't.
I thought he had touched some of them, but
I think I have.
Spear,
probably
I think you
something.
touched.
Yeah, maybe the spear,
Okay.
but I don't think that would work.
I'd have to go
summoning
back and
that.
check, but I think it was a
Yeah.
spear.
I would have
Just-
had to touch the cloak as I was carrying Wenceslas out.
Yeah. The
Did I
cloak.
touch the crown?
There was some of you tried to like save everything, and then everything just fell to
The,
pieces.
the
I don't remember who it was.
crown was touched.
Nova, I think, touched.
Nova had the crown. Yeah, the mirror you
Dang,
took,
Nova.
Tide. You touched the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mirror you grabbed.
Sorry, I can't make things. I can only kind of be an animal sometimes.
I was just thinking that would solve
Hold
our
on.
problem.
So here's
Hold
the
on.
plan.
Mm.
We get me captured, make it look organic, right?
Well,
They
if
store
you
me.
Don't.
Whoever the thing that catches me, the gentry that catches me, thinks I'd make a good gift. Let's hope.
No,
I
that's
can't.
Probably, considering my history.
At least too much to chance. No.
Let's talk about it just for a second, guys. I have one thing to do before we stop trespassing on Little Big Tim's time.
Oh, Little Big
Mr.
Tim.
Tim.
Big Little Tim, but yes.
Little Tim. One question. If we were interested in buying that name, maybe I could trade a title for the title of the name you have locked up as a show of faith.
What would you be trading me exactly?
Let's just say it's a title you don't hear every day. Kind of title that, meets a powerful creature and bends it to its will. This is because I'm interested in the name. Hey, I'm interested in this name, and I'm giving you this title. Just hearing it is something that people might want to hear about. You give me the title, not even the name, just one of the titles attached to the name, and I'll give you mine.
That is a really interesting offer. What kind of powerful creature? Give me the ballpark. What kind of creature?
I hold my belly and then bring it out. Big. Bigger than this.
And this name you're giving me, this title, would allow me to control that big a creature. Why don't you roll? What would be a good roll for this? I guess charisma. Are you lying, or is this? Do you actually have a good idea for this? Would it be charisma or manipulation?
Oh, it's a good idea. Do we have charisma? I thought it was presence.
Presence. Sorry. I'm stuck in the
Let me check, because since you're my friend, you might get something.
Is he your friend though? Because
he's with the group that became my friends.
Well, he wasn't really in the group at the time.
Are you offering him like the name of the dragon or something?
Are you saying that out loud?
No, I'm asking out of character.
Then how would you know?
Just the title of what happened to the dragon. Even the information of what happened to the dragon is something someone is willing to pay for.
Okay.
Nope,
when you're talking about title, I was like, are you going to sell him the title of Dragon Slayer? Because technically we all have that now, right?
It's not Dragon Slayer.
No, the ability I thought I could use only works when I'm talking to someone.
Okay.
So I guess it would be charisma. Is there a skill for persuasion?
There is one called literally persuasion.
Yeah, there's persuasion.
Perfect. The charisma persuasion.
I'm
storytelling, old world dark. Presence. No, persuasion.
Yeah. Presence persuasion.
Presence persuasion. Yeah, sorry.
I am so mad I'm not rolling this, because it would be a 9 die pool for me.
That's c'est la vie.
C'est la vie. Eventually I will make a roll.
How many?
3 successes. It says 3, but okay, one of them is 10. Yeah.
All right. He kind of squints at you with his tiny little weasel eyes. I will give you half of the name, and you give me half of the name, and if I think it's worth it, you'll get the other half, and I'll get the other half. How does that sound?
Sounds like a fair arrangement.
You both have to be honest.
I am being honest.
No, if you can just say you don't like the name if you really do.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
You're the seller, so you tell me the first bit of it.
All right.
No.
Well, I'm going to have to ask you to come with me, because I've got it locked up.
All right.
None of the rest of you. Only big guy here can hear it.
All right.
As soon as you say all right, all of you see how Silas starts shrinking very rapidly, or being twisted into something like a thread almost, and he's just sucked into the ear of this tiny weasel and just gone.
Huh.
Well,
Don't see that every day.
Guys,
What happened?
Silas,
They're having a meeting.
you are standing in this big empty room, and there is a little safe box. The kind of lunchbox sized safe box with like a little dial on it, and you see a large set of teeth and eyes looking at you from something like the murky darkness in behind, and you hear the familiar voice of Big Little Tim going, "All right, well, so the combination for the first part of the name would be, let's see, left 9, right 6, left 15, right 12."
Can't believe me his birthday, the combination.
Before I grab hold and start twisting the dial,
You cut off.
You're cut off.
You
I'm
cut
sorry.
off.
sorry. So would I twist the dials to know what the first word is? Okay, so I do that. I learned the first word.
The first word comes into your mind, and it's certainly syllables. On one level, it's a bunch of syllables. On another, it's a quiet walk through the forest in spring, birds singing, water somewhere running. Ooh, the camera got twisted for tied there.
Sorry.
You're also hearing the sound of baseball cards and the spokes of a bike. You're hearing faint words of, "Do you love me?" "Yes, forever." You feel the sensation of perfection, of completion, as someone puts a ring on your finger. And then you're back. All right, and now you give me your part.
The word you want is the first word is dragon.
All right, dragon. Wasn't kind of the impact that I was hoping for, but a deal is a deal. Dragon. Fair enough. All right, so inside that box, you've opened it, is a little bag with a string attached to it. Now, you need to tug that one while you're holding that part, and it'll open for you.
Inside the bag is a string. I need to tug it.
No, keeping the bag closed is a string. Yeah. And you need to untie it, but this is how you untie it. It's a very special knot.
There are dragon slayers out there, I say in response. But there's only one who's wrestled dragons.
Ooh, dragon wrestler. Is that the word?
There aren't too many of those.
That's the
full phrase.
That's fine. That's a good phrase. That's something I can sell to people. Dragon wrestler, I like it. All right, and you tie open the bag, I suppose.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, you untie the little knot, and immediately you're hearing a beeping sound. You're holding the hand of someone lying in a bed in a hospital. You're standing in front of a grave. You're down by the river. You're in bed. And someone is putting a ring on your finger again. It's not the same emotion as last time. This is like a band-aid being put on. And then you're walking in the woods again. It's winter. You're holding hands with someone. And then you're back. And the true name, is in your head. It's not a human name. It's not even a name of the Fae. It's a true name. Can't really pronounce it, but you know it now. And you have the power over this person, whoever they are. And however you want to use it, which you're not quite sure how you would use it. And you're out.
Wow.
You're out of the brain again.
Bow deeply to the white furred purveyor. Thank you very much. I have a feeling that's going to be quite helpful.
I sure hope so. That thing cost me a lot, but I think I got some use of the thing you gave me.
Okay, guys, let's head out.
There was one thing that came to mind when you were saying about being stowed with the other gifts, although I'm not sure if you're going with that route. If you let me go with the mirror, I can get out of another mirror if someone else that I know is looking in it.
That's a good idea.
That's a thing that I could get out. However, I'm not really good at looking and searching for things, so that's a problem. Like, I'm okay, but, I'm not. There's better talkers out here.
Well,
And-
you would just need an accountability buddy.
Right. I offer my hand to Nate.
I'll take it. Yep, I'll take it.
I still don't know what you want to do, though.
So, step 1. I present you two as my gifts for this birthday party.
So far, so good.
Step 2. You guys are going to be stored with the gifts. And you guys will be like, oh, there's that one bardic theme in my head of you guys are going to have like, you guys are going to be like super secret, like, oh no, we've been given as gifts. You guys will be stored with the gifts. You guys will find what you're looking for, get out, no collateral damage, and nothing goes wrong. Meanwhile, giving you guys those gifts gives me a sweet invitation to that party.
It's a win-win situation, if you ask me.
Exactly.
I'll help wheel the gifts in.
Yeah.
And I can be your security if you like.
That's perfect.
Don't get me wrong, guys. I think it's a good idea. I just can't afford. No one can afford me being in the gifts when the servants open. If the servants get to opening the doors,
then can you go back to the shop and stare at the mirror?
I could do that.
When we go back to the shop and just ask to stare at the. What's the biggest mirror that I remember in the shop?
In this shop?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, there is not a single mirror that you can see.
Smart.
Give me about 20 seconds. Caffeine walks in. Tim! I need a mirror about the size of a really pretty person.
You find a mirror. It's about 30 feet long, very slender, and all kinds of crooked.
How's the wife doing?
What? That's my personal mirror.
I need the size. You know that really, really pretty person that came in with me, not was in the room at the time.
All right. Well, if you know, I'm not just gonna have an open mirror in my shop. You know that, right?
I know, but people have doors that go to doors. You could put a mirror in the box, put that box in another box, ship it to yourself, and then smash it with a hammer.
I was with you all the way up until smash it with a hammer.
That's how you get rid of all your mirror problems.
Well, you're gonna have to pay mirror rent then.
Okay. What would you like in exchange for the rental of a mirror until the task I need done is completed?
Kind of looks at you. Looks at the others. This plan kind of hinges on having a mirror, doesn't it?
Well, there's other merchants. You're just my favorite.
All right, we'll go to them.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I think I'm echoing off someone. Or what you can do is you you can owe me a favor.
I've got fruit and I've got a hat.
It's just a favor. One of you owe me a favor for the future.
I can make you something in return.
That's not what I'm asking for. I want a favor.
Favor's a big ask, Big Little Tim.
I'm not going to ask you to kill anyone, and I'm not going to ask you to defend my life.
Nova says, fine. Fine, okay.
Perfect. There we go.
What?
You owe me a favor.
Good, cool. Let's just get this
There's a
done
mirror right
with.
over there.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Talk.
Silas groans internally, and Nova's haste accept a favor to Big Little Tim. He doesn't show it.
Jonas groans externally.
Caffeine just leans over to whisper in Nova's ear, and it's like, remember, it can be any small thing. If he asks you to hand him something, that's a favor.
Yeah,
She like tries to wink, but it's like
And then she just looks at little Big Tim, and she gives him the wink too, just like the how's it going, Pam?
He's a little bit insulted that you didn't jump at the possibility of buying the mirror rent from him right away.
Eventually we'll work out. Eventually I will, but
You cut off a little bit there, I'm afraid, at the end.
Yeah, we didn't hear what you initially.
Okay. I know. I like keeping a clean book. I don't like people owing me anything, and I don't like owing people anything.
Fair enough. All right, you have your mirror rent. Go ahead with your plan. And I'm also going to throw in that I'm going to keep your plan a secret. I'm not going to tell anyone.
Well, of course, because if I'm dead, where else are you going to get your coffee from?
You bring up a very good point right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not actually doing you a favor. I'm just protecting my own interest.
Yep.
Perfect.
The idea, Big Little Tim, because if something did go wrong, the kind of people who would grab us are going to grab everyone who might be able to shed some light on the situation.
I'm sure I could weasel myself out of the situation. Anyway, the mirror's over there.
Okay,
Alright.
are we getting to work then? Are we still gonna plan on leaving a fake crown, or are we just gonna try to get in or out?
no, I think the fake, like we're trying to do it before the part, like, so when they're giving the gifts, we're gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Listen,
I mean, you guys will be gone to wherever it is your village is. I'll just be out wandering about like I always do.
once we take a few steps away from the shop, I look to the group. Listen, if you see anyone who looks like me, walk with your guard up. And if you see her, I don't care what's happening. You run. You find the string. You find your way home. You run.
Noted.
You don't
I
to
have no
come
idea what you're
twice.
talking about.
The people who look like me, let's call them co-workers. They'll recognize me, but they shouldn't recognize any of you guys. But they're very good at tracking people for her.
And
They
who
have to
exactly
be.
are you? I know you're with my friends, but who are you?
That's the big guy.
So I'm just the big guy. All you need to know is I used to work for the person getting the gift.
Oh, okay, because you know they already said it out loud, right?
Mm-hmm. And the less I have to speak her name, the better. Look, all I'm
Well,
saying is I'm pretty good at what I do, and the guys who are going to come to that meeting are going to be even better. I'm not even sure I can take on them. Never mind her.
You don't have to scare us anymore. I'm already as scared as I could possibly be. I'm already
Don't
at the
worry.
end.
All of you have some pretty good abilities. There are lots of ways to take them on that aren't wrestling.
Or like not take them on at all, because we're gonna be so sneaky.
That's
That
okay.
works. That works too.
Yep.
I should go ask the little Big Little Big Tim a quick question because I just realized I don't know something.
Yes.
Hello, darling.
Hello, sweetheart.
Where exactly am I supposed to bring them
Oh,
as an offering?
There is this huge party tent just half a kilometer up the woods, right in that direction. At least that's where I was told to bring all the items.
Okay then. Hey, I'll see you soon. I'm not gonna die or anything. I'll see you soon.
Oh, for sure. I'll see you soon. And please
She
don't
walks
die.
up.
I really want another batch from the mermaid place.
The mermaid place is pretty good. She just walks away.
Where do we want me and Grumpy? Just out of sight, nowhere near, in the shop by the mirror.
Who do we want? Who is going to stay looking at the mirror?
Because Big Guy is going to bring the gifts along with caffeine, and the gifts will be gun and sword.
Mhm.
So me and Grumpy we don't need to be close to anything, right?
Maybe you
So
guys
we can
can
stay and
watch.
Yeah, you
We
guys are
can walk.
sneaky enough that you can probably.
I can watch,
can-
and maybe
yeah.
Grumpy can be looking in the mirror.
The problem is though that can I make someone else come with me? I can, can't I? Or is
Yeah,
it
you
just
did
me?
You did it before.
Yeah,
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 but
when
I
we
you
think
did
I
daisy
need an
chain.
exceptional success, don't I?
No, you daisy
Yeah.
chain,
Just
but I don't think you need an exceptional success for that. I think you just need to daisy
is it
chain.
just a normal success?
So bad if we used to have to leave one of us
Just-
in there.
Oh,
Cut our
it's-
losses.
this
Important thing to know.
Which page is it?
It says it's page. Let me see. Mirror walk is 146. Page 146.
Mirror walk. That's 1 glamour, 1 willpower to use. Success. The changeling touches a reflective surface. Once the way is open, the changeling can step through, bringing any companion he or she likes in a chain of linked hands, or simply reach his hand through to grab an object on the other side. The changeling must have touched the exiting mirror before, and both the entrance and the exit must be large enough for him or her to physically pass his or her body or hand through. So good that you should probably touch that mirror at this point. If you get an
I also have to
exceptional...
find the mirror inside, though.
Yeah. Exceptional success. The mirrors remain portals for the scene, and anyone may pass through freely with the changeling's permission in either direction without the need to link hands.
Okay, I see.
Elemental,
Thank
you also become mirror-like when you exit through. So you get mirror-like properties.
That's good. So basically,
Mirror-like properties mean?
we need to find a mirror inside.
Reflective. I think
Can
you actually
I-
become invisible, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, she's invisible.
Sorry, yeah.
Can
So
I?
wait, you need a... Sorry.
I need an actual mirror, or can I create some kind of reflective surface with my water? Or something?
I think...
Does that be enough?
That's... I mean, if you want to have a reflective surface with water, you gotta have a source of light, which you don't
Wait
know
a
if you
minute,
have.
Nate can make a mirror.
It's too...
I can.
Nah, you'd
but it's
have
gotta
to be able to get
size
through
1.
it. Yeah, it gotta be size 1. No,
I'd
yeah.
have to just get a bunch of square chunks of mirror and then lay them all out.
Problem is,
But
they would be separate mirrors.
How big is size 1?
That's very small.
Not
It's like
big
a
enough for a
handgun.
person.
Yeah, like a
A person is like size 6 or 7, right?
5.
5. Okay, thank you. Yes, 6 or 7 is like giant.
Okay.
Okay, this is a problem.
So, solution to this problem. We bring a mirror with you guys as an add-on to the gift.
I
You think
happen
they'll
to sell
see through that,
mirrors.
or-
Now we need
Oh, yes,
2
you do.
mirrors.
Do you want my
Grumpy,
hat? I know you've been looking at my hat.
You throw together a mirror in some way.
I would be interested in purchasing a name, for example, in exchange for a mirror.
That's very expensive.
Now, I'm not gonna be stingy about this or anything like that, but if you were to purchase a mirror from someone else, that said mirror arriving in the tent of gifts, and something going missing from the tent of gifts, that merchant who sold the mirror may be in very hot water indeed, so I don't know how many would be willing to risk that. Mirrors are generally not very highly considered.
Hey, little Big Tim.
Hello, Caffeine.
So, out of curiosity, between friends, is there anyone that's been like getting on your nerves lately?
Getting on my nerves. I don't know.
I know you're so nice to everyone like I am, but if something bad happens, I wouldn't want it to happen to you. I like you more than others.
Well, what were you thinking? Tell me your plans.
So, we need another mirror, and the person who sells it to us might get into a little bit of hot water. If the hot water was lava. And the lava was like riding on the back of a rhino. And that rhino was wearing roller skates. On ice.
So you want me to get you a scapegoat?
Scapegoat's such a mean word. I was just hoping we could find someone to your mutual benefit.
So a competition, for example. Is that what you're saying?
In other words, like nobody does what I do, so I don't have to worry about competition.
You need fairy coffee from the real world to here?
I do more than coffee. There's that time I went around by the name of Big Toes. There's the time I went around the term pork
I remember
chop.
that. Man, those Big Toes were really selling well, too. Why did you stop?
Yeah. Because, supply, demand, people like their toes.
Yeah, there's only a finite amount of Big Toes out there.
Okay.
We just gotta find someone else who's selling stuff that's like upsetting this weasel guy, and then we get a mirror from them.
I mean, there's also the off chance that you could challenge someone and say, I want your mirror in exchange for something. Just saying.
That sounds like a great thing for you guys, because I am not good at competition.
We have to punch somebody for a mirror?
Or steal one.
That's also a good idea.
Or challenge them to something you're good at. Something they think they're better at.
Getting mirrors is exhausting.
Well, is there any other way? Like, are there any mirrors in the castle, you think, or in the tent that we're going to be kept? Do you know? Is there a way to check? I don't think
I wouldn't. I wouldn't keep a mirror anywhere near stuff like expensive things, because mirrors are like.
And that might be actually putting the finger on something. Maybe they won't even allow a mirror into the gift room if we bring one.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, so here's one thing. If we're trying to do this all before the party, maybe it's just a replace it and leave.
Perhaps. Tide, you can make water. Can you make ice?
Yes.
So if we were to pour ice, if we were to make a sheet of ice and pour water on top of that ice, that would be very reflective, right? Would that be a mirror?
GM?
It's a good question. I would say that it would be harder to succeed. You'd need more successes, but it could work as a mirror.
In a pinch.
If you have proper lighting, that is.
Could Lars' ability work to help jury rig a mirror?
We're all
Could
good.
Stretch
we're
something
all good.
out.
Proper lighting. The flare. Let me touch the flare.
Well, it's my flare.
Can I just touch it? Just touch it. As a friend. Just
Okay.
touching each other's flares, I guess.
Just make sure to touch it gently. I don't know what it does.
This is
I've
a
actually-
pure friendship I'm witnessing right here.
I'll touch it very gently. I'll touch the flare, then I'll hand it back. We'll be fine for light.
All right. Okay, let's do this. The
Yes.
more we wait, the less time we have to, get this done. I extend my... Are you gonna tie us up or something?
Well, it's a good thing I've got this previously slightly used.
A rope, okay.
We know it ties up people.
Now, doing this and what the big guy has said also, I just want to know before we do this. Let's say that this is a marvelously horrible trap that we are now actually giving ourselves to the ones who took us before. If that should be the case, do you want us to flee or just try to get you out and put ourselves in danger? I need to know what you want.
That's a hard call. I wouldn't want you guys to get caught again because of us, or because of me
Yeah.
at least.
No, I don't. It's fine. Like, if everything goes to hell, well, to Arcadia or whatever, then I suppose just go back. There's more of a chance, I guess, if you ask Matthew or
And hey-
something. But Mathilda.
Yeah, no, we got it.
Mathilda.
Mathematics.
Yeah.
Mathematics, yes.
If you have math.
There
Thank
you
you.
go. Now
If
you
you
guys
make
have a better nickname.
If you make a calculation on how to get us back,
Yeah.
that's probably better.
And hey,
Good.
neither of us are. If we go together, then two of us have a better chance of getting out by ourselves than just one of us alone.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's make a plan for where you guys can get to so that we can figure out where you left.
Well, they'll be going through the mirror if it works, and if it doesn't work, then we're leaving anyway.
Someone has to be looking in it, and I have to say that person's name. So who's it gonna be? Because I can't call a different person's name.
I could look in the mirror. I don't think I'm coming with you guys, so I can look
Alright.
at a mirror.
Yeah. And it's good if that person you then hugs is you maybe stay in the store so that there won't be any delay from when they need to get out, that it's due to us.
I'll just stay there. I'm really good at looking stuff, especially here. I used to do it a lot, so that's
Okay.
just same old.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's
We
go.
have a plan. We have a plan.
I'm just
Yeah,
staying
the
here.
plan.
I just need to tie you guys up. I'm gonna try and make this look like a nice little butterfly. I am the worst at this.
So
Butterflies.
do we have enough time to do the last 5 more minutes? Is that gonna be okay with folks?
I'm
Sure.
okay.
I'm fine with
Okay.
that.
All right, we'll do.
Sure, 5 more minutes.
Yeah, 5 more minutes. So, the plan, if I understood correctly, is that you're tying up Nate and Tide, and you're bringing them to the gift tent, which is about half a kilometer into the woods. And
When you say it like that, it sounds dumb, I know.
No. I don't think it's dumb. I think it's a plan.
I just don't know what a kilometer is.
It's about
Baby brother of a mile.
It's a measurement in Pokemon Go. That's all I know.
In the hedge, they use the metric system.
Yeah,
Of
clearly.
course, the hedge uses
The
the
only
metric
the
system.
only places
All the rules of reality.
the
except
only
that.
places that use the imperial system these days is the U.S. and hell. That's the only 2 places. So it's not too
So
far.
Arcadia. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute walk, I would say, 5 to 10-minute walk. You head over there, and there's a bit of a queue, but it's pretty fast. And standing just a few numbers ahead of you is actually that knight in shining armor with the cockroach climbing out of his visor, and kind of glances over in your direction. And this armor is polished to a gleam, and he's wearing this really elaborate cloak, and he's got a beautiful sword at his side. And honestly, I just read the chat. Sorry. He kind of looks at you for a little while, and then he just turns his head back to the queue. He delivers his gift, walks past you, and standing in front of the gate. And I believe, Silas, you were also joining in the gift delivery, correct?
That's right. I'm the one who's bringing them over when Nate's in the statue for.
Yeah. So you're bringing them over. Silas, you don't actually recognize the two standing here at the standing guard, but you do recognize them in a way. They are definitely children of Mother. They kind of look at you as well, like you recognize the traits. There's one of them has kind of a ginger freckles on his face and thinning red hair that's combed back in a big potato nose, and he kind of just looks at you. And the other one's, I guess, skinny is one way to describe it, like gaunt. Tall, gaunt, long-limbed, fingers kind of almost curled like claws. He's kind of shaped like a crescent moon now that you think about it. And they look at you, and they look at the gifts, and they go, "Name?"
Please put them under Caffeine the Cool.
Caffeine the Cool.
Yes.
All right. Kind of look the two over. What did they do?
Oh, these two? They are trained to a variety of things on very specific cues, like this one.
I make ice explode over my hand, like.
That's called the Let It Go.
Let it go.
I
Pretty good.
Toss my hair back.
Nice. The other one, what does he do?
Oh, his is this command.
What?
Still needs a little bit of potty training.
All right.
How dare you embarrass me like this?
It's your
And she goes and grabs the rope and pulls him closer and whispers, "Don't mess this up."
I'm trying.
All right. Well,
I believe these are suitable gifts.
That's entirely up to Mother, but here's your ticket, miss. He kind of gives a little ticket stub, and the crescent moon shaped guy kind of just takes the rope and goes, "All right, come in here. Got a room for you." And you have all of you have seen the end of the previously mentioned movie, correct? The one with the bag of sand and the gold idol that are being replaced. You've seen that one? Yeah, you think you have. Imagine that room at the end of the movie is inside this tent. There are rows upon rows upon rows upon rows of shelves, boxes, animals of all kinds of colors and shapes and cages. There's music playing. There's a ballerina slowly turning around on a pedestal. There are so many things in here. You can barely see the end of the tent.
We also have the fake crown on us, don't we? We do.
You certainly do. And as you enter inside, that's where we'll pick up next session.
Great job, guys.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and so many thanks to my amazing players for yet another great game.
Thank you.
You guys are great. I love you.
Same.
Thank you,
Thank you for the
Thank
game.
you, Chris.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
it went really brilliantly. I like
Yes,
it.
thank you. We will.
That's a great plan.
It was a perfect plan. Nothing can go wrong. And
I know.
It's all hanging.
Let's hand us over to the keepers. Let's do that.
Yes. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Just two of us.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
If
So,
we survive,
we'll be back again. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, if we survive, I'm just thinking of what face Matthew will be making.
We did. I honestly think we did more than survive this time, but I'll talk about that after.
You might come out on top. Who knows?
Yeah, we might actually.
We'll be back again next week, 4 p.m. Eastern, 2-hour game. And if you want to catch up to old episodes, they're all on my channel, The Primogen at YouTube. Go check it out, and hope to see you next week.
See you next week,
All right,
everyone.
take care, people.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.